Number 1. Surviving a shark attack. Sharks are one of the ocean's most dangerous predators. This girl was bitten by a shark just once. The fish must not have liked the taste because after that one bite, it retreated. Had he kept attacking, the girl would have had much more than the bite mark on her back. There's a good chance the shark would have killed her. Number 2. Horrible accident. This car was driving behind a construction truck when something in the back flew through the windshield of the truck. If the driver had been just an inch more to the right, he would have lost his head. Literally. Talk about being lucky. Number 3. Nail gun accident. Isidro Magia is a construction worker, and he was working on a roof with his nail gun when he fell. When he landed, he accidentally shot 6 nails right into his head. Somehow, each of the nails missed his brainstem and his spinal cord. When the nails were removed, he had no permanent damage. The doctors told him that it was a miracle that he wasn't killed, or at least paralyzed. Number 4. The safety goggles saved him. Safety goggles are required for many jobs. There are some employees who complain about wearing them. If you have to wear safety goggles and you hate it, think about this picture. This sharp shard of metal went right towards this man's eye. It was even embedded into the goggles. Had he not been wearing them, he would have lost his eye, or worse. Number 5. Shot in the head. Most people who are shot in the head will not survive. Ahad Israfil was playing with a gun in 1987 and it went off. The bullet missed his brain and he didn't die. He did, however, lose a large portion of his head. He managed to survive something that could have killed him, and today he's living a perfectly normal life. Number 6. The axe through the windshield. The passenger in this car came very close to death. The truck in front of him was carrying tools while driving down the highway when an axe broke loose and flew through the windshield of the car. Had the car been driving just a bit closer to the truck, the passenger could have been dead. Number 7. Aaron Ralston. Aaron Ralston's story proves that miracles can happen. He was hiking in a canyon when a boulder rolled and pinned his arm underneath. He was there for 127 hours waiting for someone to come help. When he realized that no one was coming, he amputated his own arm and made it to safety. Most people would have died in this situation. Number 8. Mudslide. The truck in this photo was caught in a mudslide. Fortunately, the driver was able to escape just in time. On the other side of the rail is the Pacific Ocean. Had he gone over in the truck, he likely would have drowned. Number 9. Chainsaw accident. The man who took this photo was cutting wood with a chainsaw. He lost control of the chainsaw, and if this phone was not in his pocket, he could have cut an artery and he would have bled out in seconds. He was very, very lucky. Number 10. Harrison O'Keene. Harrison O'Keene's story is a miracle. When his ship went down, he survived in the capsized ship for 3 days. Fortunately, there were divers in the water who found him and saved his life. If he weren't so strong and if he hadn't stayed so calm, he probably would have died before the rescue divers reached him. Number 11. Michael Benson. Michael Benson's story is absolutely amazing. He was in a helicopter that went down. If that weren't dangerous enough, he landed inside of a crater of Kilauea, which is the world's most active volcano. He was able to survive there for 2 days before he was rescued. He suffered from severe gashes in his head, but he survived. Not only was he lucky that he didn't die in the crash, he was also lucky that the volcano didn't erupt when he was inside. Someone was watching out for him that day. Number 12. Steve Callahan. Steve Callahan's story is a true miracle. After his boat sank, he got into a tiny lifeboat to wait for help to come. The lifeboat was adrift in the ocean for 76 days. Somehow he managed to live on the lifeboat until help came and he was rescued. This is something that most people could never do. Number 13. Julianne Kopke. Julianne Kopke was 17 years old when her plane crashed in 1971 in the Peruvian Amazon. The jungles in this area are dangerous and full of deadly predators. Somehow she managed to survive for 10 days before being rescued. Most 17-year-old girls don't have the knowledge and the maturity to make it this long in the jungle on their own. Number 14. Vesna Vulovic. Vesna Vulovic is one of the most amazing people who survived the impossible. She was doing some minor work on a plane while it was in the air when there was an explosion. Somehow she managed to survive the blast, however, that wasn't the worst of it. The explosion caused the plane to crash and Vesna plummeted 33,000 feet from the air and survived. It clearly was not her time yet. Number 15. Running late for work. The person who took this photo normally parks in this spot. On the day this happened, he was running late for work. He's lucky because if he was in his car ready to get out, he would have been crushed to death. Number 16. Poor Kitty. The person who took this photo didn't almost die, but their cat did. The cat was very lucky that the owner noticed him. He got off of the stove before he could be badly burned. Subscribe for more.